So this is a slightly weird concept, but I'm going to try it. So we have weird laws here, and while most of the time, because I hope to make this into multiple videos, but most of the time it's going to be actual weird laws that exist, this set seems to be wanting to debunk all of them. But, yeah, most of them will probably be actual ones. Anyways, sort of recently in my social studies class, we learned about laws and stuff. And we talked about some weird laws, and I wanted to get this so I could or get the or whatever. We're doing weird laws. Man, how awkward is that? Anyways, you've been sitting here for the past little bit looking at this guy with a duck on his head. So the first one, or these first set are all Minnesota laws because that's where I live. That's where most of the things were, so it's fine. Anyways, in Minnesota, a person may not cross state lines with a duck atop his head. It's a cute thought, but there just aren't any Minnesota state laws that restrict anything like this. Go ahead and wear a duck on your head as often as you like. Which, is still kind of whatever. Alright, we'll just move on. Next, don't stand in a roadway if you're looking for business or a ride. This one is actually on the books. Minnesota Statute 169.22, titled Hitchhiking Solicitation of Business, states no person shall stand in the roadway for the purpose of soliciting a ride from a driver or of any private vehicle. So, don't hitchhike in Minnesota. Next, the Land of 10,000 Lakes declares mosquitoes a public nuisance. Somewhat true, but the actual law states areas where mosquitoes incubate or hatch are declared to be public nuisances. It's the public area that can be declared as a nuisance, not the mosquitoes themselves, which is disappointing because they are a public nuisance. And some of these pictures might be kind of bad quality because I decided to zoom in. You see this. Ooh. I decided to do that, but I just wanted to see it a little better. Next, look at these two nerds. It is illegal to stand around any building without a good reason to be there. For the more educated, this is referred to as loitering. There are no laws in Minnesota that prohibit anyone from standing around any building without a good reason. There are some laws that state it's illegal to loiter with the intent of committing a crime, but that's the extent of any loitering laws in Minnesota. Wah wah. Next. Citizens may not enter Wisconsin with a chicken on top or on their head. A version of the duck atop his head cited, from the first one. Again, there are no Minnesota laws that prohibit having a chicken on their head. Of course, that would be more of a Wisconsin law, but, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. This one, it's a weird one. All bathtubs must have feet. If true, then most Minnesota homeowners would be in violation of this law. We were unable to find any state law that requires bathtubs to have feet. Yeah. None of the two bathtubs, well, I guess they're more showers and bathtubs, but whatever, in my house have feet. Whatever. Next. This one may just look like a typical, somehow, Minnesota Main Street. I didn't think that would be one of the first things that came up, but it in fact was. You are not, but there's a little bit more behind it. You are not allowed to park your elephant on Main Street. This is fictitious, though. In fact, no Minnesota laws even include the word elephant, which is a little disappointing. Next one. A Blue Earth, Minnesota. Oh my God. You know what? Close the page. A Blue Earth, Minnesota law declares that no child under the age of 12 may talk over the telephone unless monitored by a parent. We looked for this one, but could not find it anywhere on the books. Yeah, no, I didn't do any of this. I didn't do any research for this. Eventually, I have found some more, but we have to get through the entire packet that I have right now that I didn't even look for. Next, a woman isn't allowed to cut her own hair without her husband's permission. This is not a Minnesota law that we could find. There's no mention of hair and husband in the same legislation. So, yeah. Decided to go with a picture of a haircut. It's a good one. Next, all men driving motorcycles must wear shirts. In general, this is false, although there is a law that states that if you are taking a motorcycle driving test, you are required to wear protective clothing, including a jacket or long-sleeved shirt. Next. This guy taking a nice nap here. But really, it's law that makes it legal for a farmer to sleep with his pigs, cows, horses, goats, and chickens. This would be far more likely. It would be far more likely to have a law that prohibits this, wouldn't it? There is no state law in Minnesota that even mentions the word farmer or farmers and sleep. So, Apparently, it's legal or something to sleep with your livestock. Anyways, and now it's time for the last one. This guy with the magnificent beard. It says every man in Brainerd, Minnesota is required by law to grow a beard. But that one, weirdly, unlike all the rest of them, does not have anything on it saying that. It's wrong. Which, technically, the point of most of these laws is that they are... The thing about most of these laws, when, we get into some of the other ones, because these are very tame compared to some of the other laws, some of the laws in this packet are racist, sexist even. A lot of them are just weird, like this one, but they may actually exist, unlike most of the ones on here. But they aren't really enforced. I would assume that even if that law still exists with every man being required to grow beard, even if it actually exists, it's not enforced at all, and nobody's going to get in trouble. So yeah. Anyways, that's it for the first one. Next time we will do some more laws, and we're gonna continue on. Yeah. All right.